It's not the end of the world.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome back to another episode of Where's the Remote? And this is a special edition of our rewatch series, Rewind and Analyze, where we revisit iconic TV. I'm Steven, and I've watched this series we are about to cover multiple times. And as always, I'm joined by my astounding co host, Regine, and she is watching this show for the very first time. Normally, these episodes are exclusively on Patreon, but just for y'all, for season one, you'll have the privilege to watch our reviews on YouTube exclusively. So, today we are jumping into a 2 episode block of Heroes covering episodes 1 and 2. We're taking it all the way back to the fall of 2006, back when Facebook first opened up to the general public and MySpace was at its peak.
Yes, it was.
And this show had everyone wondering how ordinary people dealt with having superpowers. So we hope to discover whether this show is a timeless classic or are fans just blinded by nostalgia. Of course, I have to check on my dear friend here. How was your weekend? How are you doing? Fix your face. Yo, what's going on?
Sorry. Please, don't look at me.
I'm sorry, the camera's on.
My weekend. It was cool. It was cool. I seen some people from college who I probably haven't seen since I was in college. So that was cool. I got my nails done and stuff. Dilly dally, which is not like me, but trying my best. But it was cool.
Since when you don't dilly dally?
I be in the streets sometimes. However, I don't really dilly dally.
You got it. You got it. No slander. No slander.
All right. Anyways, how was your weekend? How about that? How about that?
My weekend was busy. Just a lot of editing, a lot of planning, a lot of strategizing, a lot of.
That's what I need to be doing. That's what I'm doing for the rest of the year.
Trying to stay sane.
Yeah, I feel that too. I feel that too.
But speaking of weekend, we got some hate to start the show off on some somber news, but we got some very unfortunate news. I was actually recording last night when I just happened to pick up my phone and was on Twitter and saw the news that was reported. We unfortunately have lost the great and iconic Hayden Panettiere. A lot of people, especially a lot of women, I've seen a lot of Black women making their posts on social. We've all grown up with her in some sort of capacity. Obviously, we're talking about Heroes today. She was a very central figure in Heroes. We also remember her in her very younger years as one of the coach's daughters on Remember the Titans. She was in Scream 4 and I believe also Scream 5, if you're a fan of that franchise. And then she was also in Bring It On, which I think was the third movie.
Something like that.
Yeah, with Solange. So, and I think she was on, I never watched it, but Nashville was another show where she actually, I think she was her character was like a country music star and she was actually singing. Like she had that level of talent.
Such a beautiful girl. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, tough. 36 years old, leaving behind an 11-year-old daughter. I didn't necessarily stay up to her personal life, but because of the passing, there's been a lot of reports of the things that she's dealt with in her life, especially as someone who's worked in the industry as a child. We already know, unfortunately, what that sort of means, especially someone with her level of attraction, So, and I believe she was on a podcast earlier this year where she also released a book, but on the podcast, she discussed a lot about her trials and tribulations working in the industry and how it also led to like substance abuse and things of that nature. So very unfortunate. I don't know if you have anything else you want to share when it comes to that.
Honestly, when I briefly seen people talking about it last night, but like sometimes when I see people talking about stuff, I just like don't care and I just keep it moving. But like when I woke up this morning, actually like just stopped and actually read what was going on, I was in shock, especially because I had just watched the episodes, and I literally was like, that was so eerie. I was like, oh my God, like what the fuck? Like I really felt so eerie. So it's just really really sad, especially because she's so young,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like life is so short. And I just hate that a lot of the child actors and actresses go through these these really really really, I mean, very deeply traumatic times in their lives, that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they just go through different things. So I am very curious to see, what happened when it came to her death, just because like
I think it's been reported. I don't really want to talk about it,
yeah,
but I think it's been somewhat
I
confirmed
didn't really see
what
too
happened.
much. So like
Yeah,
when I see now, just like I can't see this. Like it's just too deep for me.
yeah,
It's just really really
yeah,
sad to see like that happening over and over again to seemingly good people. So yeah,
yeah. I think the key thing you said there was the eerie
yeah,
aspect of it, and that's what I don't know if I want to say bothered me.
hmm,
Is the right phrase, but that's the only thing I think of.
yeah,
Because any form of celebrity, I try not to have these sort of
yeah,
parasocial relationships with. But I think what I find so eerie is, that's happened a few times when it comes to the relation of this show and some of the ideas and concepts that we have
yes,
come up with. You
yeah,
know, last 2 weeks we've been watching the Spider Verse movies. All of a sudden, Spider Verse is everywhere on social media,
yeah,
which I don't know what to make of it.
yeah,
Granted, the Tom Holland Spider Man movie just came out, so maybe it's a coincidence.
yeah,
But none of that was planned. It was a
yeah,
spur of the moment of like, hey, we should probably watch these movies,
yeah,
and then for it to all get swept up in that way is kind of
yeah,
wild.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and the same thing with Heroes. It was like, hey, I want to see if you might like this show. I
yeah,
don't know when we'll get to it. We've had our schedule for God knows how long.
yeah,
And then we kind of like maneuver things. And I think what put the battery in my back was I rewatched it recently,
hmm,
but more so as like background noise. Like I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
paying attention at all because it was on Tubi. And I think it's still on Tubi. But
Okay, okay.
then Netflix put it on, and I was like, we should watch it now
Mhm.
because I don't know. Something just told me we should
Yeah,
watch this now because it's
yeah,
on Netflix,
yeah,
and it was just to get that news
yeah,
last night. It was kind of like,
yeah,
what the fuck? And I'm sure
yeah,
there's other stuff that's happened this year that's kind of
yeah,
show the universe aligning in some sort of ways,
yeah.
which has also
I know. It's like a
it's almost like an omen in a
yeah,
weird
yeah,
way, which
yeah. When I say very, very,
yeah,
very weird way.
because I haven't really talked about it recently, but I've said it early on in the year. Like I've quit my job in
Yeah,
December, and it's definitely been tough.
yeah.
And there's been a lot of sacrifices that I've made, but the one
Hmm.
sacrifice that I made sure that wasn't going to impact anything was this show.
Yeah,
And anytime there have been these sort of alignments with like the universe,
yeah.
it's like, hey, keep going.
I
Like I don't
know.
know, I don't know
I know.
everything else.
I
I
know.
don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, but
I
with
know.
this,
I
keep
know.
going. So
I
I'm
know.
like, yeah,
I know. Yeah.
it's just been a lot. But yeah,
Yeah.
condolences to her, condolences to her
Seriously.
family. It's gonna
Seriously.
be very, weird watching this show
It really
moving
is.
forward, knowing that she's no longer with us,
Yeah.
but I guess appreciate the work that she's left us with.
I
And
know.
not to get into another rant, but I hope in some sort of way Netflix does the right thing or whoever owns the rights and makes sure that she gets compensated in some capacity because we
Mhm.
know with any of these shows and movies, when someone prominent passes away, people immediately go and watch the shows
Mhm.
again to sort of commemorate this person.
Yeah.
So Netflix, who executive, whoever the fuck, if y'all out here like
Do
do
the
the
right
right thing,
thing.
do the
Do the
just
right
do the
thing.
right thing, just
Yeah.
do the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But to make a bit of a pivot, we of course have to update you guys with other TV shows that are going on.
Yeah.
So, have you continued your Walking Dead watch? I know it's been a tough one.
Oh my God. Oh my
uh,
God. Oh my God.
and you know what's funny? And I think I tagged you too. Alexandria is having the same issue. She
I
completely
know. I didn't
abandoned
see
the
it. I
shit.
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, she like
Yeah.
completely abandoned it.
I want to, but it's like, got to see it through, my boy. Like, that's really how I feel. But I'm really hurting myself. When I say every time, once I got to like episode 16 or 17 of season 10, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm almost done. I'm not almost done with season 10. And I'm like, I think I'm like on episode 19. I'm like, what am I even watching? I think the last episode I watched was like a solo episode with Aaron and Gabriel.
Oh yeah, I remember that with the guy from the first Terminator movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but it's also like, what was the
I
point?
don't care. I don't care.
Well, it doesn't move the story forward.
Nothing. It doesn't do anything for Gabriel or Aaron other than like them being in a very tricky situation. Other than that, like when I
I don't know what
say,
to tell
even like the episode with Daryl in his like past when he was away from the group with the
you.
girl he met.
Yeah,
I don't care. Like,
yeah.
okay, Daryl likes girls.
10 seasons to show that he is able to be in a relationship. Cool.
Yes. Like, okay. Like that doesn't matter for Daryl's character. I feel like relationship wise, like that's just something that he doesn't think about and us as an audience don't even care about. So yeah, it's really tough. But I'm trying my I'm like trying to watch other things in between, but like I watch it like as a going to bed show. Like let me turn
Hmm.
this on so it can put me to sleep.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah.
tough,
It's so
tough,
tough. It's
tough.
so tough.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo, I don't want to continue this because I
Listen,
know
you were right.
how.
Hate to say it once again.
No, no, I don't even want the I don't even want the credit for this because I feel bad for you. I don't even want the credit.
It feels like abuse. It does. It does.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah, no,
Like I
I'm
can't.
like
Like
yeah.
I'm good with where we landed at, and then
Me too.
everything else.
Me too. Me too. The only thing I feel like now that I got like I feel like we could have potentially. I understand how you felt, but potentially we could have got to season 8, and then we definitely could have stopped then.
Yeah,
I didn't hate season 8,
yeah,
but yeah,
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 possibly, possibly.
yeah, yeah.
I don't watch the show, but every time I go on Threads,
Oh, Lioness.
our people love Lioness. Have you
Yeah,
been catching up? I have not seen a
I
second.
I haven't. I watched the second episode. It's pretty good. I'm trying to think what happened. I watched so much TV. Like everything is just a bit.
All I think I remember seeing was that mad people were hyped because again, I guess Zoe Saldana had like a nude scene or whatever sort of scene.
Yes, child. I don't think that was her though.
Yeah, I'm more. I don't believe when unless you
I
are
don't think it was her.
an up and coming person. Anytime you see a nude scene, it's either they have a prosthetic on or it's a body double.
Yeah, definitely. Granted, I don't know what Zoe Saldana's body looks like for real,
Hmm.
but something about that scene because it was like she had like a hood over her head, and you just
Hmm.
seen her body, and I'm just like, that's not her. Like, it's just kind of
Yeah,
obvious. It's not
stuff
her.
like that is
Maybe
like
because I was a little
obvious.
bit darker than Zoe Saldana. Like Zoe Saldana is a dark. No, she's not. She's about my color, but the girl that we seen, she's a little
It's a
bit
little dark.
darker. She's a little bit darker. So yeah, but I think this it's gonna be a very interesting storyline. Again, I wish you would watch it because it really does remind me of Homeland in a sense. But
I'm not. I'm definitely not in the space for anything
but
homeland related right
but
now.
it's
The
not
way
like
this country got me feeling, I don't need
no,
nothing.
that's real. That's
I
so
I
real.
have no patience left.
No, that's
I have
real.
none.
It is kind of triggering, right? Because it's like you do all these things, especially for the plot for Lioness. It has something to do with like Russia and like. So
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I haven't watched the third episode yet, but I'll take my notes for next week. I'll have more to say next week.
gotcha,
But yeah,
gotcha. A show that I do watch,
okay.
Silo.
Yes,
Um,
I watched that today, so I could have
pretty
had something to give. So,
pretty good per usual.
Oh, pretty good.
I've always said it's pretty
No,
good.
you just be like, it's cool. I'm not impressed. That's the vibe that I get usually from you.
Yeah, I still feel like it. It's pretty good in terms of they're executing. You
Yeah,
have
the
good
story's going
performances, the
moving.
mystery aspect,
Yeah,
whatever. It's just not, yo, this is once in a lifetime sort of TV. and then I'll let you go. But there's also something else that was kind of like, all right, like y'all fucking up a little bit for
What?
me at least.
What?
The whole flashback stuff is giving me Diet Paradise. Like I've seen it on Paradise, I don't need to see it again. The flashback scenes were way more compelling when the congressman and the journalist shorty didn't know what was going on, and there was more mystery and everything. Now it's like, okay, you're in the fold. It's like, huh? Like
Yeah.
when that one dude that they went to go visit, the black market guy with all the computers, and then he
Yeah.
vanished. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like shit
Yeah.
about to get serious. And
Yeah.
then okay, now y'all in the fold again.
Yeah.
Like we cool. Like if there was more stuff of like how their life was unraveling
Yeah.
because
Like
they
they
were
were
getting
getting
too
chased
close.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah, like if they were
Yeah.
getting too close to the truth and like people started dying or some shit. It's like, oh, okay, like now shit is serious. But
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I think a big thing for me, once they dropped off that drill thing that I don't know what the guy's name is. It's
there's so many
Helen
characters.
and what's the guy name? I want to say Jacob. I know that's not right.
Cool. Who's
The white guy.
oh the congressman?
Yeah.
I just say congressman.
Okay, and the congressman. I'm like, what is his name? So him, when they dropped off the fact that like he created this drill and then you see how the silo is made, I
Hmm.
kind of knew then they were going to connect his drill and the silos together.
Yeah, because we've seen the drill in previous
Yeah.
seasons. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. So that, but it is interesting, like how they're going to connect that and use his sister's memory with the memory drug thing.
yeah.
Interested to see how they connect the two. But I mean, I love Silo. It just makes me think about human nature
Hmm.
and revolution and government and propaganda and like basic human rights and all these different things. That's why I like Solo the most because it's like in a very subtle way. I'm hoping that the people that are watching this show are thinking about all the things that I just named.
You asking for a lot. I'm sorry. You
Oh,
asking for a lot, man.
and I probably am, and I
You're asking for a lot, man.
probably am, but
And you know, there's no slander to everybody, to anybody, because
yeah,
we all watch TV and we all
right,
digest media for different
yeah,
reasons. There's
yeah,
some people who watch it for entertainment purposes. You have some people who have a blend of both. You have
yeah.
some people who lean very heavily into like this is messaging, this is subliminal, this is
Hmm.
so I get it, but I think unfortunately a lot of which is not to their fault. I think a lot of people look at TV as casual. As I
Hmm.
have my job, I have my kids, I have
Yeah,
my relationships, my family members that I take care of. When I
yeah.
turn on the TV, I just don't want to think.
Disconnecting.
And even if it relates to real world shit,
Yeah.
I don't care that much. I don't,
And,
whatever.
and I get it because I used to be like that too.
Yeah,
However,
it's the same thing with like when white people complain about sports when certain athletes get political, like shut up and
mm,
dribble. It's like I watch football, I watch basketball
yeah,
because when I'm finished with work, I don't want to think about this, and I'm just
yeah,
here for the entertainment. All this other extra shit you're doing,
yeah,
you you need to calm down. N
yeah,
word, like you need to calm down. It's like
yeah,
and I think a majority of people kind of operate like that.
yeah,
Versus people like us, it's like, wait, this is subtle. Maybe this wasn't intentional, but
yeah,
this is definitely subtle.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for me, obviously the relics, but then like the whole pictures thing where they don't have any physical pictures. All pictures are painted pictures.
Yeah, but
Insane to
that's
me.
something that happens throughout history when you
Back in
had
the day with the
the
royals and stuff.
yeah, you have that and that when you had the conquistadors and the Europeans that would
Yeah,
invade Africa, one of the
yeah,
first things they would do was just burn any form of literature and
yeah.
anything.
Any
So that way,
physical. Yeah.
yeah, because if you have information,
If you
you
got the
come
proof.
you combat it, which is
Yeah,
what you're starting to see now with like cities in New York and
yeah,
Mamdani and like
yeah.
different things of that nature.
Which is why I said what I said, because it's just it's like neck and neck right now. It's getting deep. But yeah, I love Silo. Can't wait to see you next for this Friday. Next
I'll
episode.
be too lit. I'll be too lit. I'll be too
Yeah.
lit.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any of the shows you want to get into. I got like a couple more points, and
What else you
before
watching?
I'm not watching anything else. I mean, I am, but I'll talk about it a little bit later.
I'm
For a
not
specific.
literally. Uh, yeah, like everything's off. House of Dragons, Raising Kanan's done. The Shy's done. Love After Lockup. I
They
can't
did drop
watch that.
they did drop two trailers today. I probably should have sent them to you. They
What?
dropped the trailer to the sequel to A Different World.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't, and I didn't even see the trailer. I hate, despise a reboot. I
Yeah.
hate it with
Tough.
a
Tough.
passion.
Tough.
I mean, hate it with a passion because there are so many other fucking things that you can goddamn do when it comes to being creative rather than copy and pasting some bullshit. I hate it.
I am going to give it a shot, but I strongly feel as though I'm gonna jump off the bandwagon.
That's why I never watched Bel Air. Why would I want to watch
Yeah, like Bel Air first season was decent, and then everything after that it didn't hit. And I think what they're failing to realize is that this whole 90s, 80s, even earlier sort of
Yeah.
sitcom, even early 2000s, that sitcom energy doesn't really work in today's society. One, there's no more laugh tracks, so that's out of the
That was the
fucking
best
way.
part, right?
Yeah, like there's no more laugh tracks. And
Yeah.
then two, I think comedy is much more clever versus some of the stuff that you experienced when you were younger.
Yeah.
And most importantly, ain't shit funny. So it just doesn't work. So then when you're
Yeah.
taking a original or foundation of a show that was primarily a sitcom, even though
Yeah.
Different World did have very dramatic and serious
Yes,
conversations,
a lot.
and then trying to make it strictly a drama with hints of comedy, it just doesn't work.
That's
It
insane.
just doesn't work.
Times are
And
so different.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Let's be clear. There is a decrease in people going to college, especially black people, and especially black men at that.
oh yeah,
So yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Tough,
yeah.
tough,
It's
tough.
that's gonna be hard.
Tough. And then when you even add on to the whole like college board, and this is I'm speaking loosely, it's
Mhm.
not real.
Yeah,
But college low key don't even mean shit anymore because you have these graduates that can't even find a job because
that's
of
like a big thing going on right now. It's a big thing.
everybody's forced to become entrepreneurs because
Yeah.
of the way corporate America at least is working.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a more global issue. Like
Yeah.
people everywhere are struggling to find
Yeah.
jobs. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then they also dropped the trailer to the Snowfall spinoff.
Don't want to watch that either.
Yeah, I'm cool. It's giving. It's apparently like Wanda's cousin is like trying to get into the whole hip hop West Coast vibe, but then they're also having to deal with like gangs at the same time. Of you have these record labels are trying to infiltrate and get into the whole gangster rap music thing. For me, it's giving LA hustle and flow. I'm good, bro. Like y'all can have it. I'm sorry. God
Yeah.
rest his soul. John Singleton isn't here.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the approach John would have took, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, shout out to Gail, shout out to Isaiah. Would love to support y'all, and maybe I still will just because y'all my people. However, I don't want to see it.
yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I just don't see it being as great as Snowfall, and Snowfall greatness is not even that high. Just be honest.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a minute. That's a hot take.
Snowfall was good, but it could have been better. Maybe we should do a rewatch sooner than later. Or 2027, never mind.
Moving on. Moving on. I was randomly on social media and I saw Matthew McConaughey was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast where the host basically was asking him how he turned down The Last of Us. Like he initially was given, they initially wanted him to play Joel for The Last of Us, and he was kind of like, nah, this was right around the time like I was trying to take a break from acting, so I didn't really want to do, that sort of thing. And then he basically talks about how when he took on True Detective, he was basically discussing how that wasn't really common. Like people who were primarily in movies
Yeah.
didn't necessarily always
TV
go to
shows.
TV,
Yeah.
which I never thought about up until he kind of said it. And obviously, there's been people who have
Yeah,
done
it's
so,
definitely a big change now.
but
It's
that
way
was
different.
definitely the big
Yeah.
thing because
Yeah.
he was the rom com guy.
Yeah.
Comes to True Detective, does this super serious TV show, wins a shit ton of awards, and I think that's somewhat of the beginning of that sort of new era of TV and like prestige TV, and also the movie stars going to
Yeah.
TV shows,
Which has changed everything, changed the game
for the better and for the worse.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just found that to be really interesting, especially the whole like him turning down The Last of Us, because I think he would have done.
Of course he would. Especially McConaughey, please.
I don't know if there's anything he would have done differently to say, oh, he's better than Pedro.
Yeah,
like,
Like Pedro does great, does great at Joel. But can I see Matthew doing it? Yes, I can.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can't say that Pedro is Joel. Like I can't see nobody else doing that role. I cannot say that, and that's no shade.
Pedro gets a lot of flack because he be in a lot of shit that people don't care about.
Yes, he do.
But damn, he can fucking act.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Because when you see his personality outside of his roles, night and day.
I love that about actors and actresses. Like you'd be so confused, like who the fuck? Because
Joel is like this grisly sort of, not disheveled, like angry individual. Yeah. And Pedro is flamboyant, living his best life. So, so very interesting, very interesting. Yeah. And then the last thing before I give you guys a weekly lineup and then get into the actual fucking show, because we both fucking talk too much. Two things. We obviously have been doing our Marvel rewatch. And I think I've said on more than one occasion how, people haven't loved Marvel since Endgame has been over and whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas be lying. Because all up and down my TikTok is, hey, I think it's time for me to do an MCU rewatch now that we've seen the Doomsday trailer, and I need to watch this. I need to watch that. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. For y'all say y'all don't fuck with the program, y'all tapped into a program. So I think it just goes to show, which I somewhat hate, how executives will do what they want to do because they know the people are sheep at the end of the day. So it's like, y'all don't fuck with us, but y'all fuck with us. It's borderline when your homegirl's like, oh, I hate this nigga. He keep cheating on me. He keep doing this. He keep doing that. And then she go back.
Yeah. Of course, people are fickle.
Like, I'm like, girl, I hate this. Hold on. I'm getting a call. Girl, I'm gonna call you right back. He just called me.
Yeah.
He want me to come over, and that's really how it be with Marvel. Because it's like y'all said this shit is whack. Y'all hate this shit, and a bunch of people have been tapped in to rewatching the MCU.
And if they see what I seen when we've been doing our journey, they might double down on it.
That's another conversation. That is another.
It's like the blinders actually might go off, and Doomsday might. Doomsday not gonna do well. Doomsday is obviously gonna do well regardless.
Oh yeah, that's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, but I know they buying their yachts right now. Motherfucker might end up buying an island right now.
So pre-ordered.
Yeah. About to cop me an island. That shit is guaranteed. Spider-Man just did $2 billion. Just crossed $2 billion.
I heard it was really good. But my sister said they took my nephew for his 16th birthday, and she said all of them went to sleep on the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just think it was a tired day for them on a Friday night.
Because there was nothing that I would think would be tiring. I think it was the pacing.
I'm pretty sure. Well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But kind of the reason why I'm bringing this up is last weekend, the end of last week, they had their Disney 23 presentation. This is when Disney does their announcements for everything Disney related. So that's Marvel, that's Star Wars, that's Disney, Pixar, Disney, whatever, everything Disney. So they had several announcements. They, of course, had Incredibles 3 announcement.
Yeah.
which I love The Incredibles,
So
so
I'll
I'll
be
be
there.
seated. I'll be
Yeah.
seated.
Incredibles 1 is good, but Incredibles 2 was really good. So let's
Thank you.
see.
So many people hate Incredibles 2. I love Incredibles
That
2
was
because
really
they slightly have like a darker tone to it.
good.
And
Really
I'm
good.
like, oh, I like this. I like
No.
this. The ending was a little shaky, but I like Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
So they had an announcement for Incredibles 3. They announced the villain, but they didn't let the villain's name be released because then they had like this special video where you saw Edna pop up as like messing with whoever the CEO
Yeah.
of Disney was. So that was fun. Star Wars, they finally showed the trailer for Ahsoka 2. So we'll see Rosario Dawson play that character again. It looks really good. I'll be tuned in, even though a
Yeah.
lot of people apparently hated season one. Then from Marvel, they showed the trailer for Vision Quest. So we'll see Vision back in his
Okay.
TV show in October. Then they showed the other trailer for Doomsday, where we actually saw
Yeah.
Doctor Doom do all of that. I think I tagged you in that, so
Yeah.
we'll see that. And then
Yeah.
they made all of the X-Men casting announcements. So we got our Cyclops, we got our Jean Grey, we got our Emma Frost, and then Maya Boyd, who primarily has been on Broadway, is the new Storm. So
Okay.
really very interesting to see how all this stuff plays out in the next coming months. And then of course X-Men comes out in 2028. So
Sheesh.
they printed money. So it is what it is.
Yes, they are.
It is what it is. But all right. Got to give you guys a weekly lineup, of course. Oh, this is a show I wanted to talk about. My reaction to the season premiere of Lanterns is out right
Oh.
now, so make sure you go to and check
That's what
that out.
Pierre, right? Is that his name?
That shit was good as fuck.
Really?
I gave it 5 stars. That's how good it was.
Ooh. Oh,
Like,
okay.
I think you would actually enjoy it.
Okay.
Like, because it's really
For HBO,
like
right?
remember season 3 of True Detective, where it's like it's being placed in 3 different time periods.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what they did here, and it has the same mystery crime sort of element of like True Detective. I think you would like it.
Man, I don't have time with Walking Dead,
Well, you know, try to learn.
I need to
Try
clear
to
my palate. So
But yes, my reaction to Lantern season premiere is out, so make sure you tune into that. I'll be reacting to that every Sunday. Of course, Tuesday morning, well, this will be out by Tuesday morning. We'll have our reactions to season 1, episode 1 and 2 of Heroes.
yeah.
Wednesdays, of course, Regine is going to release her reactions to Real Housewives Reunion Part 2.
Yes, honey.
And we already mentioned this last week, but we will also be covering Sex in the City. So our reaction to the first 3 episodes will be out on Thursday. We have a special episode coming out on Friday where we were joined by Clark and Shalina to rank some of the key moments in The Walking Dead history. So make sure you are tuned in for that.
Yes.
And I don't know when we'll post this, but we'll also have another special episode. Yo, we fucking working. We'll have another special episode out on YouTube with our reactions to Avengers Infinity War. And that will also be on YouTube and Patreon as a special release for you guys. So
Woo.
I ain't got no job, but I'm working. And Regine technically got 2. So
I'm always working. I feel like that's why I'm tired. I'm tired.
What can you do? What can you do?
No,
33 minutes in, let's actually start the fucking show. Oh man, if you're not familiar with Heroes, I'll give a little bit of context before we jump into our recap and then our immediate reactions and thoughts. But essentially, Heroes premiered in fall 2006. This is 2 full years before Iron Man hit theaters. So it basically played a hand at laying the blueprint for modern superhero television. Season 1 was a massive success. It averaged over 14 million viewers an episode, with season 2 premiere hitting 17 million viewers. So, they was doing
that was
the
the point
numbers.
of TV back then too. Streaming was not a thing. Yeah.
Damn sure. It is also critically acclaimed. It racked up 8 Emmy nominations and a Golden Globe nod for Best Drama in its first year. That being said, which I've also told you offline, the show is often remembered as a cautionary tale because the 2007-2008 Writers Guild strike gutted season 2. The pacing and the storylines fell apart, and it never managed to recapture the magic of that near perfect first season.
You're perfect. Okay.
It eventually got canceled in 2010 as it went from 14.5 million viewers in the pilot to 4.4 million viewers by the end of season 4. The show became too expensive to make because of the global shooting, the ensemble cast, and the CGI. It originally was supposed to be an anthology series replacing characters every season, but because fans fell in love with Peter, Hero, Claire, and other characters, executives requested that the cast remain. It also made some poor decisions when it came to handling the power scaling, giving characters things like memory loss, power dampening, viruses, or repetitive arcs so they couldn't be too powerful. So, as I mentioned, we'll go jump into this recap. Then, I have a nice little structure that we could hopefully get through in a decent amount of time. Who knows? In Genesis, a global solar eclipse awakens extraordinary abilities in ordinary people across the world. We meet indestructible cheerleader Claire Bennett, single mom Nikki Sanders, whose super strong alter ego slaughters mobsters, and Tokyo clerk Hiro Nakamura, who realizes he can manipulate time and space. Meanwhile, geneticist Mohinder Suresh uncovers his father's research on these new superhumans, and Peter Petrelli leaps off a building to prove he can fly, forcing his politician brother Nathan to swoop in and catch him midair. As we move into Don't Look Back, Peter realizes his real power is absorbing other people's abilities, while cop Matt Parkman uses his telepathic powers to save a child targeted by a terrifying, brain-taking killer named Siler. But the ultimate domino drops when Hero teleports to New York, realizing he hasn't just traveled through space, he's traveled 5 weeks into the future. The episode ends on a massive cliffhanger as Hero watches from a police station window while a nuclear explosion completely vaporizes the entire city. So, first question I'll ask you. Is it too early to tell, or were these two episodes somewhat decent enough for you to kind of understand the hype back then?
In 2006, yes. In 2006, yes, I could see the hype because it's kind of wonky, right? What year did Lost come out?
2004-ish.
Okay, so I can see like it doesn't give it gets so to me, Heroes gives Lost in a sense because of like the different wonky stuff that you really can't explain, but it's because of the show, so you keep the story going. But then it also reminds me of like a soap opera. I don't know what it is about it, but something about it gives soap opera. Maybe it's just the music in the background that like that's really doing it for me.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know yet. I can't
Okay.
say. I'm too early because after I got done with episode 1, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does Steven have me watching?" But I'm gonna watch because I'm a team player and I am here for the storytelling and where we're gonna go with this entire story with all these people and their crazy powers that they have.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Without, and I don't know if this is gonna tie into the scenes that will play for you, but out of everyone in these two episodes, who do you think has the best storyline thus far? Or is there someone that's like stressing you out or is just not entertaining you at this point?
I think all of them kind of have very interesting stories because you
Okay.
have Peter, who at the end of episode 1, he thinks he can fly, and nigga
Mm-hmm.
did fly. And then we see in episode 2 where he can fly. But I think the interesting part about Peter is his brother. Like we see that his brother also can fly? Question mark.
I can't tell you.
So yeah, that's like a big one. Obviously Claire. Well, let me leave Claire at the end. Let me leave Claire at the end. But then we have the single mom. Is her name Nikki? Her name
Yeah,
Nikki?
Nikki. Mm-hmm.
Nikki, with her little alter ego thing and being a single mom and a video girl. Okay, she didn't slaughter some people. Can't remember. Okay, let's see where that's gonna go. And then we have Hero, which I love a good space time altering thing. I'm definitely into him. I'm definitely into him because
Interesting. I would have thought you felt the opposite because he's
nigga,
more like goofy in comparison to everybody
he
else.
is way more dramatic and theatric
Mm-hmm.
compared to everyone else. But it kind of works for him because the nigga went from Tokyo to New York and to New York to Tokyo back. So hey, I would be theatric too.
Okay.
if I'm
Okay.
doing all this crazy shit and I can't explain it and I'm even confused with what's going on, yeah, like yeah. Who else we got? There's so many freaking characters. I think that's another thing. It's like, damn, it's a lot of people doing different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have the artist.
Isaac.
Yeah, so him, but then we end up episode 2, the nigga head cut off. What's that about? That was weird. But the fact that he was like drawing painting these events,
Mm-hmm.
and then he sees it, he's like, "What the fuck?" I would have freaked out too. And yeah, so I get that. And then even like seeing her name Talia on Yellow Jackets.
Oh, damn. Is it Celeste? No, it's not Celeste. It's
It might be
I forget
something.
her name.
Yeah, but
Simone.
yeah, but seeing her and then it's like the super younger version. Because
Yeah.
2006
Even Milo as Peter, like seeing him at such a young age in comparison to
I
how
didn't
he
like
looks.
literally. I thought I gotta stop this. I don't know why I thought it was the actor from Not Another Teen Movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, classic. But when I googled, I was like, "Oh, that you did tell me that." And I was like, "Oh shit, that really is him." But he's so young that it just wasn't grasping to me.
Yeah, and it wasn't until like a few years ago that I found out that him and Hayden actually dated
Oh,
during that time. Yeah.
I guess they're not too much far apart as far as age.
Well, I think in a few years into the show because I think
Oh,
when she starts the show, she's like 17.
yeah, because she's only what?
Yeah.
She's like 3 years old, 3, 4 years older than me.
Yeah,
So,
because she, 36, got arrested. So
yeah,
I don't know how old he is at that time, but he looks
yeah,
like 20 something, like
yeah,
young 20s. So
yeah.
he fresh.
Yeah, yeah, and then obviously, the guy that can read minds. His
Oh,
name,
Matt Parkman. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then
Which is
obviously,
crazy.
go
Not to
ahead.
cut you off, it's crazy how you mentioned Lost because he's the pilot in Lost in the actual pilot episode when they crash. He's the pilot.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah, and then I think he dies in the second episode when the
Yes, he
smoke
does.
monster kills him. So
Yes, he does, which is crazy. Smoke
yeah.
Monster wasn't even really a thing. But anyway, which is crazy. Lost is crazy. But what else? So yeah, even the Claire. So the Claire, well, in the first before I get to Claire, the professor's son, Mahendra.
Mohinder, yes.
Mahinder, like his little plot storyline. We'll see where we're going with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of like a just taking over what his father has done and just kind of putting pieces together. I think that's like his main character in the show, but we'll see. But then Claire, I knew once the mom was like, "Oh yeah, your dad gonna be home or whatever." Like, I bet the daddy is the man in the taxi. There you go.
Oh,
and then like the whole thing with the dad. Oh my goodness.
I can't comment. This is definitely one of those shows where you gotta pay attention.
Yeah, you do because it's a lot of moving parts. It's
a lot of moving parts, but it all makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Makes sense.
I'm tuned in.
Okay. We'll start. Well, you ended it in a perfect place because that's the first scene we are going to play.
I think I'm old enough for you to tell me who my real parents are.
Of course you are.
Hey! Oh!
Your father.
Hey, honey.
Back, Mr. Miles. No!
Glad you're home.
such a headache, I slammed my head getting out of the taxi cab.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, baby.
What are your thoughts as you shake your head?
He is sinister as fuck. Like might be the most interesting thing I think about this show, because it's like clearly we see him in India or whatever, and then we see him again in the taxi
In New York.
That was New York. And
I mean, it's supposed to be New York. It clearly is LA, but it's supposed to be New York. And then I don't think they mentioned it in the first 2 episodes. I could be wrong, but they live in Texas.
Okay, yeah, I don't know where they're located. So then you get to the part where he's there. It's like, okay,
and it's crazy how people's careers go. He's the senator from The Office when Oscar was having that affair.
From The Office? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, when Oscar was having an affair with someone, he's the senator. Like he was the person that he was having an affair with. So it's crazy to just see him in different places. But
it is also like the more we watch so many different films and TV shows, like everything just really gets connected.
Yeah, the crossover is crazy.
It gets crazy.
Crossover is crazy.
Too crazy.
Which I actually like. I like seeing people that are skilled get work.
Yeah, and yeah, overall that's like the best thing. But yeah, like the daddy, and then the fact that she's adopted. It's like, what is his thing? Is he like? Does he know it? Well, obviously he knows because second episode he obviously knows what she has. But has he always known her powers and mutations and stuff?
I don't know. Can't say. And I think early on, all of your questions is probably what made people infatuated with the show. Because how many TV shows can provide you storylines and plot devices where you have nothing but questions, but it's not questions because the writing is poor. It's questions that spark your thoughts. It's questions that spark you to like, what is his intentions?
Yeah.
Who's to say? Like, they both have blonde hair. How the fuck is she adopted?
Right.
Like, all these other different things, and him traveling between all these different places, especially in these first 2 episodes. You see him 3 times. At the end of episode 2, we have no idea what his name is.
We don't even know what his name is.
Don't know his name is. So I think they did a great job in terms of like, here's all these things. Some of the stuff is intriguing. Some of the stuff is, you're obviously wanting to see how it plays out. But then there's stuff is really itching your brain of like, nah, I need to see how this plays out, and I need to see whether my questions are going to be answered. So
and they better. That's gonna piss me off even more.
Yeah, I think you'll manage. You'll manage.
Okay.
All right. Next scene is Matt Parkman's powers finally start to activate.
Don't worry about it, man. Not everybody's a test taker. Who wants to be detective anyway? You gotta spend half the salary trying to Nine out of 10 of these guys. You all right, man?
Please don't.
Pull it out. My name. You ask her out lies. Tell her I love her. Lie. You ain't girl. Why you perfect?
Please don't. Please don't.
And we don't have any idea what happened in here.
I've got a theory.
You always do.
This is Barstow all over again. It's Siler.
There is no Siler. Last words of a dying victim. It didn't mean anything. And look at her. Must have taken 3 guys to lift her up that high.
You get a very ominous name.
Yeah.
In that scene.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who Siler is, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna find out. It's cool. Because even like with that scene, hearing Siler for like the first time, right? So you're like, Siler, like who the fuck is Siler? And then maybe like a couple of minutes later or so, we get the scene with Mahinder and the girl, the neighbor.
Oh yes.
And they play the dad's voicemail, and then you hear Styler speaking.
Oh man, that just goes to show how old this show is. For also, it's 20 years. Which
Yeah.
is fucking insane. Actually, we're probably coming up on the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I had enough eerie shit for one day.
I know. Just stop talking about it. It's not like it's not happening.
But yeah, the reason why I stopped you is like there was a moment where there was a long period of time, in people's lives where you went home and the first thing you did was your I forgot what the proper name of the machine was called. But
voice machine, right?
I don't remember. But and you had to hear all the messages that you missed because people couldn't leave voicemails, which is kind of crazy.
Was it a voice box?
I don't remember. I don't care to Google it.
Like that's so crazy. Like something that we used to talk about all the time, and now 20 years later, we don't even know the name of it. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wild. But I'm sorry. Please continue with
Siler,
Matt Parkman.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So like hearing Siler there, and like obviously we know from that scene that Siler is a murderer, or he's somebody that the cops know and they are well aware of. And then we get to that scene with the voice box or whatever, and they're playing, and then we hear the conversation between the dad and Siler. He's like, leave me the fuck alone. Stop talking to, I know I was fucking with you. Now you're out of control. And so like seeing how Siler's like, but you're really the reason why I'm like this. So, and that made me like, okay, who is Siler? Where are we going with this whole Siler thing? Is the big plot of this show Siler as a whole? Will that connect the dots of it all?
I will say yes, but also no.
Yeah.
It is, I think, the best. You said it earlier. I think you said it earlier, which if you do research, because I was doing research, because for me, the reason why I love this show so much is, I said earlier, like it makes you think.
Yeah.
You see all these different people in different parts of the world, some way, somehow, their stories all intertwine at some point. And you gave the perfect example of a show that does that, which is Lost, which did it 2 years earlier. So yes, Siler is a major plot, but it's definitely not the only plot that is also major, because all these individuals, like their lives matter. So you're going to see the drama, you're going to see how they connect, you're going to see how they interact, if they do interact, who ends up where, and like what it all means at the end of the day. So this is one of many stepping stones to when it comes to this journey, when it comes to this show, especially with this first season. But yeah, I guess we could continue. Before I play any of my scenes that I wanted to highlight, we should definitely continue on with any additional other notes that you may have, or questions or thoughts or whatever. Anything that stood out to you or you didn't love. It's just so many questions.
Yes, it's just like I don't want to ask the question. Like I'm obviously asking them now because we're talking about the show or whatever. But like while I'm watching it, I'm not trying to ask those questions, because I'm like, okay, we know this, where they're gonna go with this. Like for the example, Nikki. We saw where Nikki was seeing her reflection, and her reflection was like the evil version of her. But then when we see that again, it's when she wakes up, and then she's like, oh shit, I done killed 2 niggas, the mob people. And it recorded. It's on camera.
Yeah.
So, and then she's trying to figure out what to do with the bodies, even like with that mystery of like, who is the person that's helping her? Is it her helping her, the alter ego, or is it somebody else that's helping her? So
can't tell you.
Yeah.
Can't tell you. That'll be a spoiler. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, but it's just like even that plot. And well, I was like, who took the tape from Claire? But we already know her daddy did that. So.
Oh yeah, might be the most resourceful motherfucker in the world. I can tell you that now.
Dick being
The things he gets away with. Oh man,
he like Lil Ben, low key, high key. So yeah, I'm trying. Like when I'm watching it, I'm just trying to watch it for entertainment versus trying to think too deep about what I'm watching, because I can tell it's if I do that, I'm just going to confuse myself on where the story is going.
I don't think you confuse yourself, but I do think you're asking the right questions, and I think, well, not I think, but all the questions that you're asking, they will answer.
Yeah,
like they're not going to be pissed off.
Okay.
And I think what makes the show so great is because the way that they bring you to those answers is like, oh, y'all was in the booth, like y'all was in here doing what y'all supposed to do. Like you said, like it's borderline like Lost. Of like, you see these people at this one moment, and it's like, how would they even cross paths? And then they show you how and why. And it all makes sense. Whether it's satisfactory for you, that's all subjective. But it all kind of makes sense at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you don't got any more notes, I guess I'll go into my scenes.
I might have some more once I see your scenes.
Of course, by all means, part of the journey together. But the first scene that I will play is Peter and Simone going to go help Isaac from his overdose, apparently.
Isaac, I brought someone here to help. He's a nurse. Isaac. Isaac? Isaac? Isaac?
Simone?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Isaac?
He's alive. Call 911.
God, he's overdosed. Yeah, I'm at 215 Reed Street, number 7. I need an ambulance here immediately. He's OD. No, he's conscious. Just barely. I know. Listen, could you just come get here soon, please? Oh. Okay, baby, it's okay. They're sending an ambulance.
Soap opera song.
I swear.
We have to stop it.
Crazy.
We have to stop.
That didn't happen.
You thought. We see it in episode 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought
like he said, we gotta stop it. You ain't stopping shit, nigga. You out of here, actually.
I just thoroughly enjoy that scene when we're introduced to Peter. He's clearly, this guy who seems to be lost. He keeps telling everybody around him, hey, I feel like I'm meant for more. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more out in this world.
Special.
And that I'm special. And so every time, especially when he talks to his brother Nathan, which I'll definitely talk about a little bit later. But every time he talks to anybody, they're kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what you want. The only person that kind of confirms it with him is when he's in the cab with Mohinder, which they obviously don't know each other at this juncture. But Mohinder's the one that's kind of like, like there are theories out here that there are people who are capable of doing more outside of what human beings are normal or are capable of doing. And so for him to be in this situation to go help his, I guess he's a home health aide, to help his patient's daughter's boyfriend, that was crazy to get out, to go help her. And then out of all, like, what are the chances that this happens? Then he happens to be a painter. Then he happens to be painting something where you have a very distinct look, red hoodie, brown trench coat. And it's a picture of you flying, which is what you've been talking about for this whole entire episode. And like, he's a nurse, but he's completely obscured to the whole emergency in the situation because he sees this one thing that's like calling to him of like, I've been feeling doubt, even though I feel strongly about this, but this is my confirmation. Like this is my confirmation.
Kind of like we've been talking about all this episode. About
it's almost like a manifestation in a weird sort of way.
Yeah.
In a weird sort of way. And then obviously when Isaac points to the whole, explosion in New York City, we see that payoff in the end of episode 2 with the explosion, which I think is such a genius thing to do, because most TV shows, if they introduce you of like, hey, here's this major thing that's going to happen, we're going to show you how it happens in the season finale.
Right.
Or how it plays out in the season finale.
Right.
Then the very next episode, we actually see how it plays out. Now, how we get to that point, that's the rest of the season and all the other things. But I just thought it's just a sort of genius sort of thing from that sort of standpoint. Also, with these different heroes, we assume Peter has some form of powers. Isaac has some form of powers.
Yeah.
So the fact that they are crossing paths in this unintentional way is just, another showcase of the great sort of writing that they had here. So I enjoyed that scene. All right. Only other scene I want to showcase is what we just talked about.
もしもし。
安藤君、俺。
ヒロ？どこ行ってたんだよ。
ニューヨーク、テレポートしたんだよ。できると。
もしもし、古川です。捜査会のニューヨーク警視庁。Your friend says he was with you yesterday.
Yesterday?
That's not correct.
I have not seen Hiro Nakamura in 5 weeks. We look for him everywhere.
His buddy hasn't seen him for 5 weeks. あなたの友達はあなたを5週間の見せてない。
October 2.
October 2? No, ma'am. Today, November 8th.
November? No, October.
For all his bluster, it is the sad province of man that he cannot choose his triumph. He can only choose how he will stand when the call of destiny comes, hoping that he'll have the courage to answer.
I want several things. I love that they have Mohinder doing these voiceovers for every episode. It really just kind of in like maybe not in a soap opera way, but in a very dramatized way of setting the stage and letting you know where we are in this world. So Hiro obviously jumps into the future by 5 weeks uncontrollably, but we get so many different things. Isaac obviously is dead. This is why he's being investigated by the police. But then we see, the explosion that goes off, which the explosion on the floor is what Isaac painted.
Right.
And then we also in the newspaper see how Nathan, who has been basically shitting on Peter, is like, hey, you can't be fucking up because I'm trying to run for Congress or whatever.
Right. Keep that weird shit.
Yeah. So to get the newspaper where Nathan actually wins, it's like, oh, okay. So like he's destined for this in some sort of way. So it's just these little tidbits of things that's like, oh, this is minor or I don't care, but it's like actually pay attention because it might matter in some sort of way. So I just love that scene.
Yeah, even like with how Hiro got to Isaac's studio, where
with the comic book.
Yeah, he sees this comment. He's like, oh, she's like, I've lived it. This is me. I've lived it. And then he gets to the end. He's trying to figure out how does the story end. And he gets to the end, and there is no story. It's just Isaac. And then he gets there, just how everything. And then obviously the newspaper, like all of that's just like, okay. It's literally like nuggets. That's why I'm not trying to think too hard. It just too many goddamn nuggets.
It's almost
chicken nugget.
It's almost as if this entire season it's its own puzzle. Yeah. And they're giving you all these different pieces that will eventually connect together, and then you get the full picture at some point. So yeah. In terms of kind of continuing off of with Hiro, in terms of some additional notes that I had, I thought it was really brave or like profound to feature two Japanese characters that do not speak English. Like I can imagine 2006, a few years after September 11th, you know,
They really didn't
watching.
speak English?
Well, no, they spoke. I'm saying, I just said the characters, like the characters.
I'm like, what?
The
That's
characters.
crazy.
Whatchamacallit, I know he learned English, but homeboy from Squid Games, he didn't know English. Yeah, I think he learned English in the last few years because he was in a Star Wars
It's
show.
crazy how people can like pick up English. English is a very hard language so quickly. I think that's so crazy.
It's a trash language, but yes.
That's what they say, yeah.
That's what I say.
That's why I speak in the Ebonics, so there's that.
But yeah, I just thought it was really profound because a lot of places, you can't get this sort of dialogue, or we're not going to do that, or we'll have the characters speak English even though they're located in Japan or whatever the case is. So I thought that was really brave of them at that time. You've made this comment, and I've done some research on it. I absolutely love how the show is scored in terms of the musical selections. And when I did some research, it's actually pretty intriguing research. So the show is scored by, they call themselves Wendy and Lisa. This is Wendy Melvoin and Lisa Coleman. They were actually a part of Prince and the Revolution. They did guitar and keyboards on Purple Rain, which was something I did not know before watching this time.
Okay, Wendy and Lisa.
Yes, so shout out to them, because I think the music is iconic, and the placement that is done, it kind of sets the mood every time. So it does. Seeing Peter, he's like, I don't know what I want to do with. Like, wait, why is this painting? And then you have the music backdrop. It's like his brain is firing off so many different signals. It's like, that's probably how, if your life was like a TV show and music was being played at different moments, I can imagine a song like that being played in those.
The dramatic music,
Yes, 100%. I forgot which episode this is, but the episode where Hiro and Ando, that's the name of his friend at his job, when they're like having a conversation, and then I think Hiro gets in trouble from their supervisor. Ando turns around and he's watching Nikki on the webcam. Watching porn at work is crazy. Wild behavior. Absolutely wild behavior. And another thing that I wanted to point out, I don't know what number of show this is. We've watched a lot of TV shows since we started this.
Yes.
But the whole thread with Mohinder and his father is, hey, my father died.
Yeah.
And then his friend back in India was like, you just want to find out the truth because you want to be like him. Mm-hmm. Like you wanting to be a geneticist and know all that, that's because of him.
Yeah.
And this is like the 8th show with children being impacted by their parents.
Yeah.
And how their parents and how they exist and, how they raise them and impact them. So just another sort of trope that we see in TV and Hollywood.
Which is real life. Like majority of people that you know, and even yourself, like it come from them parents. Like that's why being a parent is so important.
Why you be acting like this? Because of you.
And the crazy thing about parents, they never remember shit. So it's like
no accountability at all. They refuse.
Zero.
And then we also have that scene with Nikki. Oh, this is episode 1. We have that scene with Nikki when she takes Micah to school, but the administrator basically says like he can't go to school because your check's been bouncing. At first, she low key like was trying to seduce him, like,
hey,
fooling some of this cat.
Hey, that's universal payment, okay?
No comment. I think for me, at least, watching this for like the 100th time, I think the dynamic or angle that I find to be the most compelling is the Petrelli family.
Yes.
You have Peter,
Yes.
who's trying to understand who he is. You have Nathan, who is the typical politician. He's doing a great job as a politician as well. Like all those stereotypes, down packed. Down packed.
Dickhead, all the things.
Yeah, asshole, don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm only concerned about winning in the polls or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
Only
100%.
concern. Yeah.
And then the mother is kind of like, gaslighting. You're my favorite, but smack the shit out of Peter when he was on the steps. Like, very, very interesting sort of family. Which
shoplifting.
when you think about white families that are in politics and they come from money, they kind of fit that stereotype. You have the asshole son who wants to follow his father's footsteps in some sort of way. Obviously, they confirmed that the father is dead.
Yeah.
The asshole son who's pursuing politics. You have the mom who, she was the housewife, but basically a trophy wife.
Yeah.
But she's kind of, moving to her own speed. And then you have the troubled son who is a nice guy, but he don't want to operate like the rest of his family. So they kind of fit that stereotypical sort of mold that you see on TV. We already brought up how they're intertwining all of these characters and how their paths cross. I think is well done thus far. Here's my first question for you. If you were Peter and Simone was like, hey, my boyfriend got a heroin addiction, can you go help? And this is after you kind of like subtly like, oh curved. Got curved. Like, would you still go, or would you be petty of like, this is off hours?
Off hours, like, bitch. Literally, and she called him in such a like, hurry up, do this right now. And just like, you literally curved me 5 seconds ago. Like, you think I'm about to be doing you a favor right now? Yeah, no, not doing that.
Even though her daddy is your patient?
Well, the way she said it, I guess the way she said it was like, meet me at my dad's house. So I think she tricked him. And then so she tricked him, and then when he got there is when she was actually telling him why he was there. So that makes sense on why that was like an easy lure. Like, your dad.
I'm already here. I may as well.
Yeah, I might as well help you. To turn my ass around immediately.
Yeah. And then my only other note. Actually, let me answer that.
Let you answer that. Would you help her in need?
I think, unfortunately, I would do the right thing, because it's a human life. God forbid he was to die, then that would be on my conscience.
I feel that too. Yeah. That is the right.
Yeah, like that's the right thing to do. If it was a different scenario,
get somebody else to do it. Yeah.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
You better turn into a yellow jacket. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And then my last note for episode 1. It's 2006, so I give it a pass. But the CGI when Nathan was saving Peter, bad.
It looked like they was like the iFly things, like where they got the skydiving inside.
Oh, yeah, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough. Tough.
Literally what it looked like.
And then for episode 2, I only have 3 notes. But my first, I guess 2 notes. But my first question is to you. How would you operate if you were Nikki? Everything in your life has been somewhat shaky, but then you wake up and now you feel like somebody's watching you. Every time you look in the mirror, it's not your reflection. It's your reflection with its own personality.
Yeah.
And it reaches to the point where you're starting to black out. And when you black out and wake up again, you're not in the same location when you fell asleep, and there's some furniture moving going on.
A lot of it. Yeah. Nikki, her whole plot is very, very, very interesting. But how would I feel if I was Nikki? I would feel so conflicted. Waking up, knocked out. Last thing you remember is these men coming into your home, and then you wake up and it's just blood everywhere. Oh my God. I wouldn't know what to do. And then the only reason why I'm really waking up is because my son is calling me and asking me where I'm at.
And I'm 4 hours late.
how long have I been out? Like, what the fuck? And then, like, not even that. When she gets in the car and she's supposed to be on the way to her son, but really, like, time has passed and she's somewhere else. Like, all
and I
of
think she
that.
was in a new outfit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, that probably would have been my 13th reason why.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. I can't say too much about Nikki. The only thing I would say is, how can I say this without spoiling anything? I'm personally not a fan of the actress because there were some allegations made against her and that were race related. And so, which makes sense because she's on one of them Paramount Yellowstone shows now. So, fucking tracks. Hopefully I remember to bring it up when that moment is more relevant in the season.
Ooh, cat. You got a biracial son. That's crazy.
Which is the son from
yeah, where's he from?
Oh, what's the name of that show? With Damon Wayans and Tisha Campbell.
My Wife and Kids.
Yes, thank you. My Wife and Kids.
Yes, that is him. Yes. I was like, where have I? Yeah, that is him.
Yes, that's him. I think his name was Franklin on the show.
Something like that, yeah.
I think it was Franklin, just like Franklin the Turtle. But yeah. And then my only other notes is Peter's family treats him like shit. Nathan gaslit him the whole 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And
like the weird brother for sure.
Yeah, treats him like a weird brother. Like, you're more of a nuisance and getting in the way of me becoming a congressman. His mom, she loves him, but also kind of like, why are you wasting your time? Like, do something with yourself or move on with your life. Or even the conversation that they had on the steps of like, because Peter was basically talking about how, even though my brother is shitty, like, I still love him. Like, I can't help it. And she's like, you wasting your time. You wasting your fucking time. Like,
he didn't love you back.
Like, fucking wake up. Wake up. I don't think that's the right approach mom should take, but whatever. And then also in episode 2, after the whole flying incident, when she goes and visits him in the hospital, it's like, oh yeah, I lied about your father.
Yeah.
But I thought you said this. Oh yeah, I lied about that too. Like, God damn, was anything the truth?
No.
Oh man. And then the last thing is Peter was bucking the fuck out when he then returns to the roof and like, hey, I know I could fly, Nathan. I know I could fly. And obviously he does in that scene, but he was really like 1 foot away from stepping back and then falling to his potential death if he didn't activate his powers in that sort of way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Definitely sort of crazy in that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything else you want to say before we move on.
No, I think we really touched on everything that happened in those 2 episodes, for real.
Yeah. Fair enough. Do you want to make any sort of predictions at this point? Because unlike The Walking Dead, I'm not allowing you to jump ahead. I want you to go through this week by week because I want you to, come up with your concepts and ideas, and then whether it comes to fruition, so you'll be like, yes, I know this shit. I was fucking right. Or be like, damn, they took it in a different route that I would have never thought.
Right now, I do think that Siler is the dad because we don't know his name.
Oh, so you think Claire Bennett's father is Siler?
Yes, I do think that.
Okay.
I do think that.
Okay.
What else? I think that's like the biggest one. Like, okay, no, I really think that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is pretty much like I think I don't have enough information to make any more guesses.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll save my thoughts for the ratings. I'll save my thoughts there. Okay, so one prediction for now. That's totally fair. I think it's actually kind of good that we started with just the 2 episodes. I think it's a good sort of launching point.
How many episodes is it in season?
23.
We'll be here for a while. I didn't know.
Yeah. 360 deal. 360 deal. You are on death row forever.
Yes.
All All right, before we drop our final remote ratings for these episodes, let us know in the comments, what did you think of Heroes back then? Do you think it still holds up? And would you like to see a reboot, or is the show dead forever? They did have a reboot in 2015, I think.
Mhm.
Absolutely atrocious. One and done. It was absolutely horrible. They had some characters come back for it, but it was bad. It was bad. And remember, we are only reviewing season 1 on YouTube. If you want us to watch the rest of the series, which someone has already asked us to do so.
Oh Lord.
If you want us to watch the rest, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. And also, as a reminder, we have over 100+ hours of TV deep dives waiting for you right now over on Patreon. It's just $5 a month to get full access. The link will be at the top of our description. All right, time for the verdict. On the remote scale, 1 being unwatchable and 5 being all-time great peak television, Regine, what are you giving episodes 1 and 2 of Heroes?
I'll give both the 3.5. They're not terrible. I'm not bought in. I think the stories are moving, but it's still too early for me to give it higher ratings. But 3.5 for both.
Okay. I respect that. I absolutely respect that. I would have to agree with you. They're definitely 3.5s. I think obviously if this was 2006, this is groundbreaking TV. Yeah. if you're someone who hasn't watched Lost or watched other shows that haven't had that similar sci-fi element of characters in different places and then seeing all the stories align in some sort of way, then yeah, it's groundbreaking TV. But I think it's definitely something that you appreciate as a whole in totality. And there may be moments or episodes where, something does get a 4 or a 5. Yeah. Whatever, but I think it's more so you judging it based off of the journey and how the things are introduced or storylines are introduced, how characters are introduced, and then where it actually leads up to and how it all plays out is where I think you'll get some of the sort of gratification versus some of the other stuff we covered where like a episode of The Pit or like an episode of House of Dragon where it's like, oh, this one episode is like groundbreaking versus this is a completely different sort of approach when it comes to storytelling and TV. Yeah. But I look forward to catching up to the rest of this. Let me also check to see how people felt back then. Or I don't know how people felt, I guess, on a consistent basis. But back then, for episode 1, it got rated an 8.1 out of 10. Okay. And episode 2 got rated an 8.0 out of 10. So I think kind of on board with how we're feeling in terms of the start to the season. Definitely both like 3.5s, like really solid, and we'll see how it goes moving forward. But yeah, any more thoughts before we wrap this up?
No. I'm excited to get through this journey, see where we're headed. I didn't know we was gonna be on this journey so long. It's like I guess it's like so crazy now. I'm so used to like an 8-10 episodes, but like back in the day, 20 episodes were 20 plus was very normal back then. So I think that's refreshing because you see how much you can do. Yeah. Like the pacing is it's a good pacing because they're not like trying to rush. Nothing feels rushed, It just feels like everything is like, okay, here's some more information. And I think that's something that we don't really get as much as we used to get. And that's what was making TV really good back then.
Yeah. And I don't think this is the type of TV show, at least in season 1, I don't think it's a show where, this is a filler episode. Like, this is everything will hopefully matter throughout. Like the lowest that I'm seeing here in terms of a rating is a 7.7. So that means at least every episode is decent to good to really good to great TV. Yeah. So be very interesting to see how you feel about the rest of the series. Yeah. But that's all we have. We are out of here, and I already gave y'all the rundown for the week, so y'all better fucking watch everything.
Do the thing.
Yeah, do the things because got no choice. All right, we are out of here. Bye.
Bye.